Peace, what's up everybody? My name is Robert Liu-Trujillo. I'm an author and illustrator from Oakland, California, and this is a book that I illustrated and helped to work on called Alejandria Fights Back, or La Lucha de Alejandria. Here we go. Welcome to Parkwood. I'm Alejandria, and this is my first home. Home isn't just our apartment, it's the whole neighborhood. Our neighbors come from all around the world. Mami and my abuela Tita are from Nicaragua, and I was born right here. I like to draw the people and places in our barrio, like Miss Beatrice from the bakery where Tita gets her picos, and Miss Alicia from the flower stand with her little dog Duende, and Mr. Amir waving from his corner store. One time he hung a drawing of mine in the store window. Mama and Tita were really proud. So here's the character right here, Alejandria. I'm outside Mr. Amir's, finishing my raspado, when I hear someone shout my name. Ale! It's my best friend Edgar. He was visiting his grandma in Guatemala, and it feels like he's been gone forever. What did I miss? Edgar asks. It's been a long summer, I say, and launch into the story of how we almost lost our home. It was the first day of summer vacation, and I was walking with Tita. She stopped to chat with Miss Beatrice. I ran ahead so I could play with Duende. I tripped and knocked over a sign. Miss Alicia came running. Ale, are you all right? Tita caught up to us. Aye, look at this, another for sale sign. Miss Beatrice nodded. There's a new one every other day. The next day, I heard someone calling my name from down the hall. It was Julian. I walked over to his apartment and saw boxes in the living room. Hey, Julian, what's up? He frowned. We're moving. My dad said the landlord raised the rent, so we can't stay here anymore. It's too expensive. I felt bad for Julian and wondered, could they do the same thing to us? That night, I went to show Mami my latest drawing. I found her in the kitchen staring at some mail. Look what I made. But she seemed upset, like she was having a bad dream. Beautiful, hija, she mumbled and looked back down at the paper. I started having hormiguitas, that feeling of little ants in my belly. Later, while Mami was getting ready for work, I investigated. I found the piece of paper, and in the jumble of words, a few jumped out. Rent. Increase. 30 days. Eviction. Ale! Mami's angry voice surprised me. Don't look through my stuff. Hot tears filled my eyes. Mami, what does this mean? Do we have to move too? We'll do what we have to survive, Mami said, but this isn't something you should worry about. I couldn't sleep. I had so many questions. In Tita's stories about Nicaragua, she would always say, when the people in charge tried to bully us and push us out, we got together and pushed back. It all seemed so unfair. I wondered if there was anything that I could do. At breakfast, Tita and Mami argued about that notice. Tita wanted to talk to the landlord's company about the rent, but Mami seemed nervous. I stared at the leftover milk in my cereal bowl until I couldn't take it anymore. We have to do something. I was shocked by how loud my voice sounded. Yes, hija, I agree, but your Mami is scared, Tita said. We're not here to make trouble, Mami said. They both look the same when they're mad. Tita always says knowledge is power. She took me to the library the next day and we searched for tenants' rights online. I learned that tenants are people like us who pay rent to companies that own buildings. Some landlords care more about money than they do people, Tita told me. Next, Tita and I went to an organization that helps out tenants like us. Our building is full of families who have lived there for a long time, Tita explained to the nice organizer. She had some of the coolest hair I'd ever seen. This isn't just happening to you. The company owns a bunch of buildings in the neighborhood, and they're trying to kick out a lot of people. The thought of all our neighbors having to move made my head hurt. You need to get your neighbors together, the nice organizer said, and fight as a group. I began to imagine all of us as superheroes. As Tita and I were leaving, the organizer handed us a poster for a tenants meeting at City Hall later that week. Tita, this is how we can get everybody together, I said. Tita smiled. That's the spirit, Ale. Back home, Mami didn't want to hear it though. If we break the rules, things will only get worse. She sounded frustrated, but also sad. Hija, you know landlords break the rules all the time, Tita responded, and she sounded kind of sad too. The next day, Tita and I knocked on our neighbors' doors and handed out flyers I'd drawn for the meeting. Some neighbors seemed nervous or even scared. When we knocked on Julian's door, I handed him a flyer while his dad watched quietly. The company has done this before, I said. They raise the rent so tenants have to move or they kick them out. Then they sell the building for a whole lot of money. But we can fight this if we go to the meeting. Julian nodded. I guess it's important to know our rights. Maybe we wouldn't be moving if we'd known. Yeah, so will you speak at the meeting? I asked. Julian's dad cleared his throat. Well, we will if you do. My mouth fell open. Me? I'm only 9. Tita chimed in. You're never too young to speak up, hija. When we got to City Hall, I felt major hormiguitas in my belly. All our neighbors were there, and they were fired up. Tita comforted me. Standing up for what you believe in is scary, but I know that you can do it. I heard my name, and it was my turn to speak. My face looked like a bright red tomato as I walked to the microphone. Then, I noticed Mami in the crowd. I forgot what I wanted to say, so I just held up my drawing of the neighborhood. My name is Alejandria, and I was born right here in Parkwood. I want to show you that our home is not just our apartment, but our whole neighborhood. Mami, Tita, Julian, Miss Beatrice, Mr. Amir, Alicia, Duende. We're like a big family, and we want to stay here. My Tita says everyone should have a place to call home, no matter how much money they have. And I hope you can make a law about that. When I finished, I saw that Mami was crying and smiling at the same time. Mami hugged me hard. Ale, I'm sorry. I focus on work and I worry a lot because it's hard to be an immigrant. Not everyone likes us. Mami had never told me this before. But I'm proud of how brave and strong you were today. Tita joined our hug. She looked at Mami. And I'm proud of you for showing up. As I finished my story, Edgar just stares at me, shaking his head. I can't believe you spoke at City Hall, Ale. You're like famous. Thanks, I say with a smile. Come on, let's go. Where? Edgar asks. To the neighborhood potluck. It's our new tradition. At the potluck, I head straight for the tres leches cake. Tita shouts to get our attention. We have a special guest. Councilperson Brown is here. He speaks in a serious voice. I want to thank you all for participating in the meeting. Suddenly, he looks straight at me. We were especially impressed by our youngest speaker ever, Alejandria. People start clapping and I feel my face burning up. Mr. Brown continues. I came here to tell you personally that we're working on new rent rules to protect tenants like you, not just in this neighborhood, but across the city, so that everyone can stay in their homes. We all cheer. Yeah! I hear Mommy's voice behind me. Gracias, hija, she says. I turn and see that she has a dish of her special gallo pinto. What for, Mommy? For showing me that if we speak up, we can change things. If you're ever in my barrio, I will welcome you and show you all the special people and places that make up our big family. And this is the end of the book. This is Alejandria. And in the back of the book, there is a glossary of terms in English and Spanish, and the whole book is in English and Spanish. This is a book that was written by poet Leticia Hernandez Linares and a group of organizers and filmmakers called the Rise Home Stories Project. My name is Robert Liu-Trujillo, and thank you for listening.